यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यमुनतिरवनचारी यमुनतिरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतिरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतिरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय हो राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय हो राधा गोपी वल्लभ राधे जय हो राधा गोवर्धन धारी राधे जय हो राधा दामोदर राधे जय हो गोपीनाथ राधे जय हो वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्ण जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भाव तुम्हें निताई गौरांगो गौर हरि जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि पतित पावाना पतित पावाना पतित पावाना गौर हरि। जय शालिग्राम जय शालिग्राम जय शालिग्राम जय जय शालिग्राम। जय लड्डू गोपाल जय लड्डू गोपाल जय लड्डू गोपाल जय जय लड्डू गोपाल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। We'll now do the prayers and then we'll get started with the class. I hope I'm clearly audible. I'll take it as a yes. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रहे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji's Dandvat Pranam. Uh, Thank you for joining in. So I'll share my screen and we will get started. I hope you can see me and you can hear me. So we are going to discuss today from Canto 8, chapter 17th. So the title of the chapter is The Supreme Lord Agrees to Become Aditi's Son. So currently we are in Canto 8 and the name of the canto is Withdrawal of Cosmic Creations. And we have seen in this canto that uh, there is a fight between demigods and the demons, and also they also cooperate together uh, in order to do the Samudra Manthan. And then there is the pot of nectar comes out. Lord Dhanvantri comes out with the pot of nectar, and the Supreme Lord, taking the form of Mohini Murti, he distributes the nectar amongst the demigods. This angers the demons, and again they have a fight, and then the demons defeat the demigods again, and then they capture the heavenly planets. And because they have captured the heavenly planets and driven away the demigods, the demigod's mother Aditi is actually very morose, and she wants to see good for their sons. It's very natural for a mother to be morose when their children are suffering. So similarly, Aditi is very morose and unhappy to see her children suffering. And then and when Kashyapa Muni comes back from trance and sees his wife Aditi morose, he asks that question: why are you morose? What has happened? Are you not following the religious principles? And so on and so forth. But then mm, Aditi explains to Kashyapa Muni that I cannot see my sons in such trouble. And then Kashyapa Muni uh, tries to tries to make her understand that this is all temporary, but then she's very morose about her son's position and situation, and hence Kashyapa Muni tells Aditi to perform what is called as a payovrata, right? And Aditi performs that payovrata ceremony very diligently under the guidance of Kashyapa Muni. And Kashyapa Muni is a self-realized person, and he guides Aditi, and under the guidance of Kashyapa Muni, Aditi performs this Payavrata ceremony, and after the completion of this Payavrata ceremony for 12 days, the Lord was very pleased and he appeared before her with four hands and dressed in yellow garments. So this chapter actually describes how the Lord appeared, and then the prayers of Aditi to the Lord, and then the Lord agrees to become Aditi's son. He gives the benediction that I will come as your son, and I will make sure uh, that I will protect your other children, and I will make sure that they will win back the kingdom, and and they will get back their position. So this is what is the basic outline of this chapter, and we will we will try to go through the shlokas and purport of this chapter, and especially we'll see and look at the prayers of Aditi, which she offers to the Supreme Lord when the Supreme Lord appears before her, and and uh, and then gives the benediction that I will come as your son. Right. So let's get started. Uh, so we'll start with text one. So we are in 8.17.1. So this shloka is spoken by Shukadeva Goswami, and let's see what he's saying. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, O king, after Aditi was thus advised by her husband, Kashyapa Muni, she strictly followed his instruction without laziness, and in this way performed the Payovrata ritualistic ceremony. Purport. For advancement in anything, especially in spiritual life, one must strictly follow the bona fide instructions of the teacher. Aditi did this. She strictly followed the instructions of her husband and guru, as confirmed in the Vedic injunctions. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau. One should have complete faith in the guru who helps the disciple make progress in spiritual life. As soon as the disciple thinks independently, not caring for the instruction of the spiritual master, he is a failure. Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. Aditi very strictly followed the instructions of her husband and spiritual master, and thus she was successful. So, so this is a very important purport in this 4 lines, or in this whatever 5 6 lines. Uh, we it's a very uh, like the first line says itself, for advancement in anything, not just spiritual life, but even in material life, or for that matter anything, right? One must strictly follow the bona fide instructions of the teacher, and especially in spiritual life you cannot be successful without following the guru. And the the actually the position of the guru, or the position of the the spiritual master, is very high in Vedic literature. And and if we look at, I mean, this position of the spiritual master is explained by Lord Krishna himself. So in Bhagavatam, there is a discussion between Sudama and Lord Krishna, and they, Sudama and Krishna are talking about, I mean, Sudama goes to Dwarka to meet Lord Krishna, and both Lord Krishna and Sudama are remembering the days of that, of the days together they spend in Gurukul. So if we go to another chapter in Bhagavatam, which is like, this is the 80th chapter in 10th canto, and this is a discussion between Sudama and Lord Krishna, right? And and uh, and here the Lord is saying, right? So let's look at this simple translation of text 32, what it talks about. I mean, this is Lord Krishna talking to Sudama, right? So the Lord himself is giving knowledge about the spiritual master and his position. So let's look at this few translations from this chapter to understand what is the position of the spiritual master and how important it is to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, right? So I'll just yeah. Uh, so what he says, my dear Brahmana, do you remember how we lived together in a spiritual master school? When a twice born student has learned from his guru all that is to be learned, he can enjoy spiritual life, which lies beyond all ignorance. So one of the things, or one of the results which you get by following the instruction of the guru is all the ignorance is destroyed. And this is said by Lord Krishna himself. My dear friend, he who gives a person his physical birth is his first spiritual master, and he who initiates him as twice born Brahmana and engages him in religious duty is indeed more directly his spiritual master. But the person who bestows transcendental knowledge upon the members of all spiritual orders of the society is one's ultimate spiritual master. Indeed, he is as good as my own self, right? So this is spoken by Lord Krishna. What is he saying? This the spiritual master is as good as my own self. Matlab, he is as good as God himself, right? And this is spoken by Lord Krishna to explain the position of the spiritual master, that he is as good as own self, right? And let's look further. These are very, very instructive. Certainly, O Brahmana, of all followers of the Varnashrama system, those who take advantage of the words I speak in my form as the spiritual master and thus easily cross over the ocean of material existence, best understand their own true welfare. So those who follow the instructions of the spiritual master, first thing is their ignorance is destroyed. The second thing which happens is they can easily cross over the ocean of material existence, right? And then uh, let's look at further. Uh, I, the soul of all living beings, am not satisfied by ritual worship, Brahmanical initiation, penances, or self-discipline, as I am by faithful service rendered to one's spiritual master. Again, this is spoken by Lord Krishna, and he's saying that I am very pleased, or I become pleased only when someone renders faithful service to the spiritual master. And that's why yasya prasadat bhagvat prasado, right? Unless you unless you can make your spiritual master happy, you cannot make the supreme lord happy. And this is the position of the spiritual master. And what do you get when you follow the spiritual master? You can easily cross over the ocean of material existence, and you can all the ignorance is destroyed. So these are the direct instructions which are coming from Lord Krishna, and he explains the position of the spiritual master uh, to Sudama, right? And so let's come back here, and we can see that Aditi followed the instructions very strictly, without laziness of her guru in the form of the husband, and the result was that the Supreme Lord agreed to appear before her, right? So because Kashyapa Muni was happy with the way she followed the instructions he had given to follow the Payovrata, the Supreme Lord himself became happy and wanted to give darshan to Aditi. So so uh, we can see that following the orders of the spiritual master is so very important. In fact, this ISKCON movement, if you look at it, this is a living example of that, right? Because the disciples of Srila Prabhupada followed his instructions as it is, we can see how ISKCON is growing today. And disciples are also doing it, and that's why this movement is growing. So it's a very clear, you can see it in your with your own eyes. If you cannot see it, then you are blind, right? It is happening only because people have following the instructions of their guru. And now, to give a counter example, like if you don't follow the instructions of your guru, what happens? Now we can take the example of Aditi, who followed the instructions, and then we can take the another example of Diti, right? Same guru, but the results were very different, right? The children of Aditi are demigods, or they are known as Adityas, and children of Diti are demons or daityas. And they because Diti did not follow the instructions, and when her husband said that this is not the right time to procreate, and she did not agree on that, and the results we can see were how were the results. So it is very clear, right? Same guru, same Kashyapa Muni guiding Aditi and Diti, and the results are so very different, One, because Aditi followed the instructions, and another, Diti, she did not follow the instructions. So the results are very different for the from the same guru, right? So and this can be seen even in present day, right? People who follow the instructions of guru, they I- they are glorious, right? And see, the uh, it is not the success doesn't mean that you get success in terms of, okay, I'm doing very nice preachings. The only the the moment you start endeavoring to follow the instructions of your guru, that itself is a success. The 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 uh, the effort to follow the instructions of guru is itself success. It doesn't mean that success doesn't mean that you will achieve something, right? There are many people who just are, we don't even know them, but they follow the instructions of guru, and according to Lord Krishna, they are successful, right? Success doesn't is not defined in terms of material uh, advancement or material opulence, or even in spiritual life, it is not defined by external features, right? So success is just by endeavoring to follow the instructions of guru is actually success in spiritual life. Okay, so let's move ahead. 8.17, 2 and 3. Anybody wants to read the translation and purport?
Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna
can I
Prabhuji.
read Prabhuji? Sorry, Mataji, please go ahead.
Mataji, go ahead. No problem.
Translation Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. With full, undiverted attention, Aditi thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way brought under full control her mind and senses, which resembled forceful horses. She concentrated her mind upon the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Thus, she performed the ritualistic ceremony known as Payovrata. Perfect. This is the process of Bhakti Yoga. Anyabhilashita Shonyam Jnana Karmadi Anavratam Anukulyena Krishnanu Sheelanam Bhakti Uttama. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. One simply has to concentrate upon the lotus feet of Vasudeva, Krishna. Savai Manaha, Krishna Padaravindayo. Then the mind and senses will be controlled, and one can engage himself fully in devotional service of the Lord. The devotee does not need to practice the Metta Yoga system to control the mind and senses. His mind and senses are automatically controlled because of unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So there is an important point here is the process of in the process of bhakti yoga, right? uh, we do not try to control the mind, right? We do not say we want to control the mind and senses. The point is we want to engage the mind and senses in the service of the Lord, right? So it's this is a very I mean big difference between other processes where we try to control the mind and senses, right? Other processes of meditation and those sorts of things, the focus is on controlling the mind and senses, and we can understand that it is very difficult to control the mind and senses. But bhakti is an active process in the sense that we apply our mind and senses in the service of the Lord. So we try to engage the mind and senses in the service of the Lord rather than trying to control it. And once we control and once we engage the mind and senses in the service of the Lord, they automatically become controlled, right? So it's a byproduct, not the main goal, but the goal is to engage them. And it is much easier to engage the senses rather than to control the senses. And that's why the process of bhakti yoga is actually very sublime and also very joyful, because it's an active process in the sense that you are engaging yourself in that process, not trying to put some artificial constraints on yourself, which are very difficult to do, right? And that's why even in this age of Kali, it is possible to perform bhakti yoga, and it is not possible to perform any other system where we are trying to control our mind and senses. And that's what is mentioned here, right? Then the mind and senses will be controlled, and can one can engage himself fully. I mean, this is the output, right? That they become controlled. And this statement of this is coming from Bhagavatam itself, and it comes in the story of Ambrish Maharaj. Savai Manap Krishnar Padaravindayo, right? As we know, Ambrish Maharaj used to engage all his senses in the service of the Lord, correct? So he used to walk to the dhams, he used to touch the devotees of the Lord, he used to see the deity form of the Lord, he used to taste the prasadam of the Lord, and he used to smell the flowers and fragrant flowers offered to the Lord. So he used to engage all his senses in the service of the Lord. And because of that, his senses were controlled, and he was also very blissful. And that's why we see that devotees are blissful and happy, because they engage themselves in the service of the Lord. So and that's why bhakti yoga process is so very sublime and simple and still possible in this age of Kali, right? So it's an active process, and that active process can help you to achieve what can be achieved by the other processes of trying to put artificial constraints. And that's what Prabhupada also mentions here, that uh, philosophical speculation, fruitive activities, or trying to control your mind and senses will not give you that results. Okay, let's move ahead. 8.17.4. Anybody want to read?
Can I read?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Translation. Should I read the sloka also? Or only
Yeah,
translation?
Prabhu, please. Yes. I want. Yes, you can.
तस्य प्रदुराभूताथ भगवान् आदिपुरुषः पितावासश्चतुर्बाहु शङ्खचक्रगदाधर. Translation. My dear King, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, dressed in yellow garments and bearing a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus in his four hands, then appeared before Aditi.
Hare Krishna. So the form of the Supreme Lord is described. You'll see this, that in Bhagavatam there are innumerable places where the form of the Lord is described, right? What he wears, how he looks, what he has. They are described in various ways. Now, the the in many philosophies, they don't know how the Supreme Lord looks or what he does, right? But we have access to that. Now, the the reason behind this is very simple, right? That see, if you want to have do some service, right, you need to be there has to be two people, right? Then only there can be some service between those two. It cannot be between, like, i I am I mean uh, people so like the Mayavadi philosophy says that the Supreme Lord is nirakar, right? That's true, but that doesn't mean that he's only that. When you want to do personal service to the Lord, he takes a form. He has a form. Actually, he's a form, and that's where it is possible to do direct service. And the process of bhakti yoga is saying that we have to do direct service to the Lord through the Guru, right? As we are seeing. So that's why you will see in all the bhakti text like Srimad Bhagavatam and others, that the description of the Lord is given in so much abundance, right? Every time how he looks, what he wears, and what he does are described. And then when you when the distinction is made between you and the Supreme Lord, that's when you can perform direct devotional service, or there can be some service being offered to the Lord, right? If you do not know his form, if you do not know how he looks, there is no way you can perform service for him. And that's where the difference applies. So there are so many religions, right, where they just don't know how the Lord looks. So if you ask them the question, how can you perform direct service to the Lord, they don't know that. They think that performing service to the human beings is like performing service to the Lord. No, this is an indirect way of doing service. When you ask them what is the direct way of doing service, they just don't know. So, but in Vedic culture and in Vedic civilization, we know how to perform direct devotional service to the Lord. And Bhakti Yoga or Bhakti process actually focuses on that we have to do service to the Lord through the Guru, serve the Guru, and the Guru offers a service to the Lord, and that's how you can do service to the Supreme Lord. And this process of offering direct service to the Lord is not available if you look at in other religions of this world, and it is available to us in the Vedic culture and Vedic religion, because we have so much information, because that's the fundamental principle actually in Vedic culture, that we have to offer service to the Lord. And since this is the basic principle and culture, this is where the description of the Lord and what he does is all given to us. And that's a it's so much blissful. As I said, it is an active process. And since it is an active process, and there is an active relationship between the Lord and the devotee, and hence that process is very blissful as well. Right? So the description of the Supreme Lord is given here. That and he appeared before Aditi. All right, let's move ahead. Anybody want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Can I-
Pranam, Mataji. Yeah.
I'll also do the verse, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Tam netragocharam vikshya सहसोत्थाय सादरम् ननामा भुवि कायेन दण्डवत् प्रीतिविह्वला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead became visible to Aditi's eyes, Aditi was so overwhelmed by transcendental bliss that she at once stood up and then fell to the ground like a rod to offer the Lord her respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So the Lord became visible, right? He is there everywhere, and it just became visible. So look at the words, right? Very, very clear. It means the Lord is there everywhere. It's just that he became visible. It's not saying that. Uh, I mean, this Shukadev Goswami, if you look at the words he uses, right, and the poetry, it's it's very, very clear what he means to convey, right? That's why he's saying he became visible, because he knows that the Lord is available everywhere, and he just became visible. That's why that word became visible to Aditi's eyes, right? He's there everywhere, and he just became visible. Okay. And then Aditi is offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord. Okay. Let's move. Anybody wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam,
Translation.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Translation. Yeah. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Aditi stood silently with folded hands, unable to unable to offer prayers to the Lord because of transcendental bliss. Tears filled her eyes, and the hair on her body stood on the end because she could see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. She felt ecstasy, and her body trembled. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? Just like Dhruva Maharaj, correct? When Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord, he also had something similar, a transcendental bliss, tears filled with her eyes, and hairs on her body stood on end. So she is having that uh, ecstasy, right, of spiritual bliss, as she saw the Supreme Lord. Okay, let's head. Yeah. Now, anybody wants to read this? There is a purport also here.
Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, please go ahead.
Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, The demigoddess Aditi then began offering her prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a flattering voice
Altering
with her
voice.
faltering voice with great love. She she appeared as though drinking through her eyes the Supreme Personality, the Supreme Lord, who is the husband of the goddess of fortune and enjoyer of all sacrifice ceremonies and the master of the Lord of the entire universe. Purport. After observing the Payovrata, Aditi was certain that the Lord had appeared before her as Ramapati, Ramapati, the husband of all good fortune, just to offer her sons all opulences. She had performed the yagna of Payovrata under the direction of her husband Kashyapa, and therefore she thought of the Lord as Yagnapati. She was completely satisfied to see the Master and the Lord of the entire universe come before her to fulfill her desire.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So now Aditi is going to offer her prayers, right? She had the darshan of the Lord, and she uh, is going to offer some prayers to the Supreme Lord. She is very happy uh, because the Supreme Lord she's having the darshan, and also she knows that the Supreme Lord will now fulfill her wish, right? Uh, 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 See, that's what is mentioned. She was completely satisfied to see the master and lord of the entire universe come before her to fulfill her desire. So she knows now that her desire will be fulfilled since the Supreme Lord has appeared. Okay, let's move ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. You want to
Next
read
week.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to read the
Aditi,
shloka also, Mataji?
yeah, I want
Yeah.
to read.
Yeah.
Shri Aditi Ruvacha Yajnesh Yajna Purushachuta Tirthapada Tirthashravana Mangala Namatheya Apanna Loka Vrijinopashamodayatya Shamnaha Krudhisha Bhagavannasi Deenanataha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The goddess Aditi said, O Master and enjoyer of all sacrificial ceremonies, O infallible and most famous person, whose name, when chanted, spreads all good fortune, O original Supreme Personality of God, Supreme Controller, shelter of all holy places, you are the shelter of all poor, suffering living beings. You have appeared to diminish their suffering. Please be kind to us and spread our good fortune. Purpose. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master of those who observe vows and austerities, and it is He who bestows benedictions upon them. He is worshipable for the devotee throughout the devotee's life, for He never breaks His promises. As He says in Bhagavad Gita 9.31, Kaunteya pratijanahi name bhaktya pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. The Lord is addressed here as Achyuta, the infallible, because he takes care of his devotees. Anyone inimical to the devotees is certainly vanquished by the mercy of the Lord. The Lord is the source of the Ganges water, and therefore he is addressed here as Tirthapada, indicating that all the holy places are at his lotus feet, or that whatever he touches with his foot becomes a holy place. Bhagavad Gita, for example, begins with the word Dharmakshetre Kurukshetra, because the Lord was present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It became a Dharmakshetra, a place of pilgrimage. Therefore, the Pandavas, who were extremely religious, were assured of victory. Any place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead displays his pastimes, such as Vrindavana or Dwaraka, becomes a holy place. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is pleasing to the ear, and it expands good fortune to the audience who hears it chanted. Owing to the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Aditi was fully assured that the troublesome condition created for her by the demons would now be ended. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So let's look at the shloka. Let's focus on this shloka a little bit and word by word translation also. So here you will see that that Aditi is referring to the Lord using different words, right? Let's look at one by one, right? Yagnya Isha, right? So he is Yagnesh, right? Yagnesh, right? This word is used. And what does that mean? Is the controller of all sacrificial ceremonies. Yagnya Purusha, the person who enjoys the benefits of all sacrifices, right? That's the second word, Yagnya Purusha. And then Achyuta, infallible, right? Achyuta, Yagnya Purusha Achyuta. Tirthapada. Tirthapada means at whose lotus feet stand all the holy places of pilgrimage. Then Tirtha Shrava, celebrated as the ultimate shelter of all saintly persons, right? And Shravana Mangalam, Shravana Mangala, right, is auspicious. I mean, chanting whose names brings all auspiciousness, right? Right? And then you can see uh, people who surrender to him, what happens to them? Their dangerous material position is diminished, right? And uh, and then she is just saying that thank you for appearing before me, right? Kindly bestow upon us, O Supreme Lord Bhagwan. You are the shelter of the downtrodden, Dinanatha. So she's also using the word Dinanatha for the Supreme Lord, right? So you can see the different words Aditi is using to describe the 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 qualities of the Lord, and she's also describing the position of the Lord, right? That he's the controller, he's the Yagnya Purusha, he's Achyuta. So the qualities and the positions of the Lord, Aditi is trying to describe in this shloka, and this is a prayer which Aditi is making to the Supreme Lord. And as we know, Srimad Bhagavatam is full of prayers offered to the Lord. And this is one of the prayers offered by Aditi to the Supreme Lord. And mm, uh, the the in the purport, it is said that wherever the Supreme Lord resides, that becomes a tirtha, right? All the tirthas are actually at the lotus feet of the Lord. And we can see this in some other pastimes of the Lord as well, right? The pastime of the creation of Radha Kund and Shama Kund, right? The Supreme Lord, Krishna, when he kills the bull demon Arithasur, right? The Radharani says that you have now become polluted and you should go to all the holy places and take bath there. And the Supreme Lord says that no, I will call all of them here, and then he just simply moves his feet on the ground, and all the holy places appear before the Supreme Lord, and they pray to the Lord that we will fill up your pond, and that's why in Shamakund it is said that all the holy places reside. And and then uh, uh, and then those holy places also pray to Radharani to and say to her that let us serve you. And Radharani agrees, and then they enter even the Radha Kund. And that's why you can see that these places, Radha Kund and Sham Kund, are so very auspicious and holy places, right? All the tirthas are available there. So I mean, as it is mentioned here, right? Tirthapada, right? That all the holy places are at his lotus feet, and the Lord displays this opulence at other places also, right? This in his pastimes. He's also the shelter of all the saintly people, correct? The saintly people, I mean, nobody, I mean, all the saintly people are protected by the Lord. And we can see that he has taken so many incarnations in order to protect the saintly people, right? He comes as Narsingadev, he comes as Lord Ramchandra, and so many incarnations of the Lord, right? He himself declares that I take birth to destroy the demons, right? That is one of his, I can say, see, his main activity is to give pleasure to the devotees, and then killing the demons is a byproduct. Basically, he performs some pastimes in order to vanquish the demons also, but that's generally not the main goal of the Supreme Lord appearing. He appears in order to give pleasure to the Lord, because he wants to have that loving exchanges with his devotees, and that's why he appears in this world to give them darshan, to give them pleasure, to in order to reciprocate to their love with the Lord, right? So that is one of the main reasons why he takes appears in this material world, right? Even as Lord Ramchandra, he appeared to have that loving exchanges with his devotees. Lord Krishna, he appeared in order to give pleasure to the Brajvasis, and killing Kamsa was one of the byproduct, and that could see he could have achieved that with sending one of his representative and getting it done. So that is a basically, you can say, the professional uh, job profile, but the real job profile of the Lord is to actually reciprocate with the devotees of the Lord, and that's what he does in all of his incarnations. And similarly, uh, as mentioned, right, whatever place the Lord visits, that becomes a tirtha. Just like, because the Supreme Lord was present on Kurukshetra, the Kurukshetra is considered as a place of pilgrimage. Even like Vrindavan, even Dwarka, all these are holy places because the Lord appeared there, Ayodhya, and did his pastimes there. And Aditi became very happy after seeing the Lord, and that's she's offering this prayers to the Lord. Okay, let's move. There are more prayers after this. We'll look at them as well. Can anybody read?
Can I do Tripti, Hare Krishna?
Yes, Mataji, please.
विश्वाय विश्वभवना स्थितिसंयमाय स्वैरं गृहीतपुरुषक्तिगुणाय भूम्ने स्वस्थाय शाश्वतोपबृंहित पूर्णबोधा व्यापादितात्मतमसे हरये नमस्ते. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. My Lord, you are the all-pervading universal form, the fully independent creator, maintainer and destroyer of this universe. Although you engage your energy in matter, you are always situated in your original form and never fall from that position. For your knowledge is infallible and always suitable to any situation. You are never bewildered by illusion. O my Lord, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 2.117, it is said, Siddhanta baliya chitte nakara alasa, iha haite Krishne lage, sudrudha manasa. Anyone trying to become fully Krishna conscious must know the Lord's glories as far as they are possible to understand. Here, Aditi hints at these glories. The universe is nothing but the external potency of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Whatever we see in this universe is but an expansion of the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as the sunshine and heat all over the universe are expansions of the sun. When one surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he surpasses the influence of the illusory energy. For the Supreme Lord, being fully wise and being situated in the heart of everyone, especially in the heart of the devotee, gives one intelligence by which one is sure never to fall into illusion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. So uh, now one of the biggest illusion is that we consider ourselves as this body, and we think that we are the body, right? That is the biggest illusion. And when one surrenders to the Supreme Lord, then only we can surpass that illusory energy of the Lord, and get out of this illusion, right? That is the biggest illusion, and we can see that uh, it is not easy to get rid of that illusion, right? That we are not this body, right? That illusion, we think that we are this body, that this body is the most important thing, and I am this body, right? This thought process is the biggest illusion, and we cannot get rid of this illusion unless we surrender to the Supreme Lord, unless we surrender to a Guru, and the this illusory energy of the Lord is very, very powerful, and we can see that it is very, very difficult to to In fact, first understanding that this is illusion is itself not possible unless you uh, uh, you you start the spiritual practices, right? It is, we never thought, right, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we never thought, oh, is this like this? I mean, at least for me, I never thought about it, right? If you look at people around, if you look at the material world, the focus is on enjoying the senses. The focus is on making sure that you are comfortable in this material world, and that is what is all the efforts and things which are going in this material world, right? If you look at it, people keep talking about progress, keep talking about building factories, keep talking about trying to exploit the material nature in order to enjoy the senses, and that's the focus of the of the whole world, right? And that's where when you try to get out of that, or you think differently, people think that, I mean you are mad, and as Lilanand Prabhuji says, we are all terrorists, right? We are terrorists of Maya Devi, correct? Because we think, I mean, at least we have got that knowledge, even if we don't think it day in and day out. We at least have that glimpse of that knowledge that this is illusion, and this is not the real world, and this is not the goal of life, right? So we at least have that knowledge, though we may not put that knowledge to use in every situation, or we are not at that stage where we have got out of this illusion completely, but at least sometimes it comes back to us, right? That, oh, what am I doing? This is not what is supposed to be done, right? And that knowledge all of a sudden comes back to us, and it is because when we try to serve that Lord, the Lord gives us that knowledge, and it, especially in the heart of the devotee, gives one intelligence by which one is sure never to fall into illusion, right? That's what is mentioned here. So that illusion is so very strong and so very difficult to overcome, and it can be overcome only by surrendering to the Supreme Lord, right? Otherwise, it is just not possible. And we can see here one very important thing, right? If you look at Aditi, the name Aditi, right, means uncut. Aditi, and Diti means to cut. And so Aditi, what she considered is, she considered the will of the Lord as her own will. And Kashyapa Muni is also in that same category, where he considers the will of the Lord as his own will. But Diti differentiated, right? Diti did not consider the will of the Lord as her own will, and that's the difference between Aditi and Diti, and that's why when you consider the will of the Lord as your own will, that is when it is possible to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Otherwise otherwise it is like, if you have a whatever happens in our life, if you consider it as the will of the Lord, then only you can be peaceful, and you can be happy, and then only you can also uh, I mean it's like this, right? If you surrender to the Lord, you'll get that kind of will. It is not possible to artificially do this, right? That when you surrender to the Lord, only then you can have that kind of will, and that kind of understanding. Otherwise, we always are very trying to be very independent, and thinking, why this happened to me, why that happened to me. But Aditi was very much out of that illusion, and considered that whatever is happening is by the will of the Lord. Okay. And that's the difference between Diti and Aditi. And and that's why the results are also so very different for both of them, though they are under the same guru, Kashyapa Muni. Okay, let's move ahead. Mm, Text 10. So she's continuing the prayers now. Anybody wants to read this?
Next, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I will go to the translation.
Yeah. One second.
Yeah.
Yeah. O unlimited one, if your lordship is satisfied, one can very easily obtain a lifetime as long as that of Lord Brahma, a body either in the upper or lower or middle planetary system, unlimited material opulence, religion, economic development, and satisfaction of senses, full transcendental knowledge, and the eight yogic perfections. What to speak of such petty achievement as conquering one's one's rivals? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So Aditi is acknowledging that that I want to have some petty achievement as conquering one's rivals. Right now, she did that Payavrata ceremony in order to please the Supreme Lord, so that so that her sons can get back the opulence. And mind you, why did the Supreme Lord appear? He appeared not just because he wanted to please the demigods, right? He appeared because he knows that once they get back their opulence, they will again serve me, right? That the Lord has that confidence on the demigods that once they get back their opulence and all, he knows that they will again serve the Supreme Lord, and that's why he appears. Otherwise, it is just not possible that the Lord will appear for such petty achievements, right? He will not come for for such kind of uh, uh, he will not appear to favor a devotee for such petty things, right? He will not do that. But we can see that he's appearing before Aditi and he's happy with Aditi only because he knows that the demigods are his devotees and he wants to favor his devotees. And that's why he has appeared. Though it might look externally that he has appeared for a very petty thing of getting back the heavenly kingdom. But no, it's not just that. He knows that the demigods are his devotees, and then they will use that whatever opulence they have in the service of the Lord, right? And they will propagate the knowledge of the Vedas and propagate the Vedic culture and hence satisfy the Supreme Lord, right? That's why he appears to favor the demigods, right? This question might come: why did he come for such a petty thing, right? We know that the Lord doesn't want to grant any material benefits to the devotees. But if you look at here, that he has appeared in order to grant them something which on the platform looks like material, but then he knows that all of these are my devotees and he always favors his devotees, right? That's why he appears before Aditi in order to help her sons. Okay. Mm, let's go ahead. 11th. So translation, anybody wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Danvat Pranam Mataji.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Sukavacha. Shri Sukadeva Goswami said, O King Parikshit, best of the Bharata dynasty, when the lotus-eyed Lord, the supreme soul of all living entities, was thus worshipped by Aditi, he replies as follows.
Okay, now we'll see what the Supreme Lord replies to Aditi. Okay.
Text. Can I continue?
Yeah, Mataji. Yeah, you want to read the shloka?
Yes, Prabhuji, I will read.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Text 12. Shri Bhagavan Devamatar Bhagavatya me Vignatam Chira Kankshitam Yat Sapatnair Krita Shrinam Chyavitanam Swadhamataha. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Mother of the demigods, I have already understood your long cherished desires for the welfare of your sons, who have been deprived of all opulence and driven from their residence by their enemies. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being situated in everyone's heart and especially in the hearts of his devotees, is always ready to help devotees in adversity. Since he knows everything, He knows how things are to be adjusted, and he does the needful to relieve the suffering of his devotee. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So we can also see, right? Sometimes when we are in trouble and we pray, those prayers are answered. I mean, we may not get a. I mean, uh, it may happen that we do not get directly what we want, but then the Lord gives us something better, right? And we can experience that in our lives as well, and not just. I mean, many people have experienced this, right? The Supreme Lord does reciprocate with his devotees, and though we are not perfect devotees, we are just trying to practice. Even then, the Supreme Lord reciprocates to with us, and with in fact with every living entity. Anybody who prays to the Lord, he reciprocates. Be it demon, be it demigod, be it a normal person. This ability to pray to the Supreme Lord is a very, very powerful tool which we have in our hands, and this is available for for everybody. There is nobody is stopped from doing that. Be it Brahmana, Shudra, Vaishya, anybody can offer praise to the Lord, and the Lord does reciprocate to the praise of the devotees. And it has been seen ages that the Lord reciprocates to the praise of the devotees, and being able to pray is one of the most powerful gifts which we have in this human form of life as well, that we understand that there is a Supreme Lord, and we can connect with him through the prayers. So this knowledge, this understanding, this capability which we have in the human form of life is one of the most powerful things which we have. And it is very unfortunate that people turn away from it. I mean, it's like you have one of the biggest weapons and you are just simply throwing it away. Like, I mean, you have the diamond and you are simply throwing it away because you don't understand its value. And unfortunately, that is the situation which is increasing day by day, right? Atheism is increasing day by day in this world, where people don't understand this very simple thing, that being able to offer praise to the Supreme Lord is one of the most powerful things which we have, and we throw away that diamond uh, without even able to without even understanding it, right? So and the Supreme Lord is saying that I have understood that what you want, and I will take care of it. That's what he's saying. Okay, let's move ahead. Text 13.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Text 13. तान् विनिर्जित्य समरे दुर्मदान् असुरशभान् प्रतिलब्ध जय श्रीभिः पुत्रैः इच्छस्युपासितम्. Translation. O Devi, O Goddess, I can understand that you want to regain your sons and be together with them to worship after defeating the enemies in battle and returning your abode and alliances.
Yeah,
Hare
so
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you. You see that he knows that together with them to worship me, right, to serve me, he knows that what is the exact desire of Aditi, right? That Aditi and her sons want to worship me and want to serve me after defeating the enemies in battle, and that's why he appears also before Aditi. Okay, he knows the real intentions, right? We cannot fool the Supreme Lord. He is sitting within our hearts, so he knows all our intentions and desires and everything. So that's why it is just not possible to fool him, right? And he knows exactly why Aditi wants the enemies to be relinquished, and wants the opulences and adobe to be restored, so that they can serve me, right? He knows that desire, and that's why he appears before Aditi. Let's look at it. So we'll go till 15 and then we'll stop. Let's go to text 14. Anybody wants to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Yes. इन्द्रज्येष्ठः सतानाय हतानं युधि विद्विषं स्त्रियोरुधान्तिर्यस्या द्रष्टुम् इच्छसि दुःखिताः. You want to see the wives of the demons lamenting for the death of their husbands when those demons, the enemies of your sons, are killed in battle by the demigods, of whom Indra is the chief. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So the Supreme Lord is again telling Aditi what she desires, and now this is a little, you might say, right? He is saying you want to see the wives of the demon lamenting for the death of their husband. Now this is, you might say, is a little, I mean, trying to give pain to others, right? Uh, right? And why do you want to see this way? So so again, please understand that these demons are are always trying to think like that, right? That's why they are called as demons. See, a very simple definition of sur and asur, right? Somebody who is in tune with the Supreme Lord are called suras, and somebody who is not in tune with the Supreme Lord are called asuras, right? Somebody who considers the will of the Lord as their own will are suras, and somebody who does not consider the will of the Lord as their own will are asuras. And these demons are always against the Supreme Lord, always against the will of the Supreme Lord, always trying to give pain to the saintly people. And 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 when the Lord understands this desire of Aditi to punish them, he is okay to punish those demons. Okay, that's what it means. It's not that the Supreme Lord is favoring somebody and not favoring somebody. It's not like that. It's very simple that the Lord is equal to everybody, but he is specially attracted or specially merciful towards his devotees. Right? That's the only thing. Let's move ahead. That's the last shloka we'll take, and then we'll stop the class. 8.7.15.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Can I?
Translation. Okay, go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Text 15. Atmajan, Atmajan susamriddham stvam pratyahृता yashashriya naka naka prishtam adhisthaya kridato drashtumichasi. Translation: You want your sons to regain their lost reputation and opulence and live again on their heavenly planet as usual. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So this is again the Supreme Lord telling what Aditi's desires are, and telling her that okay, I will fulfill all these desires. He's only recounting the desires just in order to say that I'll fulfill all these desires. Okay. Further down the line, what the Lord says is that the demons are protected by the Brahmanas, and hence I cannot directly. I mean, it is not good to have a battle with them right now or kill them right now. But I will make sure I will do some arrangement such that they will be vanquished. And that's why the Lord comes as Vaman Dev and then takes away everything from the demons, right? He takes away all the things from Bali Maharaj. And then we'll see how great a devotee Bali Maharaj himself is, right? And that's why you see the Lord is very clearly saying, I mean, there are a few shlokas down the line where he says that it is not wise now to have to kill them, because he knows that Bali Maharaj is also a devotee, and that's why he makes some different arrangement in order to take away all this for the pleasure of Aditi, the kingdom from the demons. And he does that arrangement of just saying that I will put 3 steps, and whatever 3 steps I will put there, you give it to me. And he tricks Bali Maharaj into giving everything to him, without killing anybody. And then since Bali Maharaj surrenders to him, he is very happy with him, and then says that I will serve you, Bali Maharaj, and I will become your doorman in the Patala, and that's where this pastime happens. So we'll see that how the Lord appears as Vaman Dev going down the line in the canto, and also the further, then it will enter into the ninth canto after this uh, Vamana Leela, right? So we'll stop the class here. If there are any questions, comments, we'll take it up. Please forgive me if I've spoken anything which is wrong. It's all my mistakes. And if you like anything, it's all because I just simply heard few lectures from exalted devotees and was trying to repeat that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Wonderful lecture. Thank you. Thanks for consolidating, all those lectures and giving us the nectar. So, Prabhuji, one question.
Hmm.
Earlier in that verses, uh, Supreme Lord is also saying that he has a spiritual master. Is it like the guru is went through Vidyabhyasam he has taken? Is he considering him as a spiritual master, or you mentioned about Sudama, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So why Lord will have a spiritual master?
See, Prabhuji, this is very simple. If you, like the Lord himself says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Whatever great people do, the general public will follow. So the Lord, in order to set an example, shows that even though I am a supreme Lord, I also have a guru. So,
Mm,
so that's why Lord Ramchandra also had a guru. Lord Krishna also had a guru, right? So in order to show to the world how important it is to have a spiritual master, he
mm,
himself takes up a spiritual master. See, he's the source of everything, right? All the knowledge is coming from him. But in order to set an example, right? He does all this, right? And
mm.
even he says in Bhagavad Gita that I don't need to work, but I still do my activities, my pastimes, in order to give it as an example. Otherwise, people we might think, okay, like the Lord is not work, does not do any activity, does not work, we will also not work. Similarly, that's why the Lord also takes up a spiritual master in order to set an example, to show to the world that how important it is to have a spiritual master. So he's teaching it from his own example, right? That's
Mm,
why we say even Lord Ramchandra, right? The
mm.
kind of activities he does it in order to show to the world how a king should behave. What are the boundaries of a king, right? And that these are all, he does it in order to set that example in this world.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one more thing.
Yeah.
This Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru, is it there in other sampradayas? Because I heard it only in ISKCON, but never heard about it in the other sampradayas.
Prabhuji, see, the Diksha Guru is there in all sampradayas, right?
Mm,
Correct. See, and uh, we have three kinds of, these are all given in the scriptures. It's not something manufactured by us, right?
mm,
Siksha Guru is someone who is giving you that knowledge, right? Who is because we have such an active preaching mission, and we always look up to somebody to teach
mm,
us.
mm. Yeah.
Uh, that's where we say we have a Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and somebody who inspired us also is a guru for us, right? If you look at it, even in Bhagavatam, right, there is a story of that Jad Bharata, right? Or not Jad Bharata, sorry. He says that I have 64 gurus, right? Right? In yeah,
Dattatreya.
Dattatreya, right?
Mm,
So that is how it is. Like, it doesn't mean only Diksha Guru. It's not like that, right?
mm,
Uh,
mm,
so somebody who's teaching you anything, right? Even in material world, right? Somebody who might have taught you very simple things, right? Is also a guru, but it's on the material platform. But here in the spiritual platform, anybody giving you spiritual knowledge according to the parampara is a Siksha Guru. So that's, and you actually treat, because since you cannot have a day-to-day uh, communication with your Diksha Guru, the Siksha Guru is his representative only. So if you, it's like this, right? If you make your Shiksha Guru happy, the Diksha Guru becomes happy. And once Diksha Guru becomes happy, Supreme Lord becomes happy. So that's how it works basically. Since you will have daily interactions with your Shiksha Guru, or at least a weekly interaction with your Shiksha Guru, that's where that's active relationship, right? This spiritual life is an is always based on active things, active relationships, active processes, and that's where Shiksha Guru comes in, right? And it's always, he is a representative of your Diksha Guru. He is as good as Diksha Guru only, right? So that is how we have to treat him.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, here, Aditi, uh, even after, I mean, like, God has incarnated, and I mean, so much of philosophy Mother is saying, but still it is for the getting his son Indra to get the throne back. That is again still a material desire.
Correct.
So I mean, I mean, she now, I mean, like in earlier case, like when Dhruv Maharaj got the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he said that I don't want anything now. Even though initially he went for, okay, I want some highest position. But when Lord appeared, he said, okay, I don't want anything. Now I got your incarnation. I don't have any desire. But here in case, is he still asking for desire, or since?
Yeah, she's a mother, right? You look at look at that, right? That she's a mother. For a mother, her children are like, that's what that is that beauty of that relationship between a mother and a child, right? The mother is never happy when their children are suffering, correct? And the Supreme Lord honors that, right? He honors that this mother is not happy. And for a mother, when their children are not happy, she's not happy. And in order to even set that as an example, right, the Supreme Lord agrees to fulfill those material desires in order to show that how pure is the love of a mother, right? That's a thought process behind all this. That in order to, and that's where you see in our Vedic culture, right? Even though somebody might take sannyas, right? He will not bow down to anybody,
Except
but
mother.
except mother. So you can see that how much importance is given to a mother in the Vedic culture, right? And the mother is also one of the gurus,
Yeah.
right? So that's why you see that the Supreme Lord is honoring that relationship of a mother and a child, and that's why he agrees to the material desires of Aditi, who is asking it for her sons. And you look at it, she's not asking it for herself. She's happy with Kashyapa Muni, but she's not happy because her sons are in distress. And that is what we see even today in this Kali Yuga. A mother is not happy if their children are not happy, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, yeah. Prabhuji, one general, I mean, not related to this one, just a general thing I'm asking. Nowadays, recently, one Kadakar, this from North, Indresh Upadhyay Maharaj, or Indresh Upadhyay, he visited Hyderabad, and it was like how entire that conference, that room, what is that? That whole hall was filled. So I'm really, surprised. Like, there are not only him, but there are so many other, like Varanasi based on Vrindavan Kadakar, Indresh Upadhyay ji, and also there's the Bageshwar Dham. So they are all so popular in North. Whenever this Kada happens, thousands of people, the entire, that's whatever the stadium, or it will be filled.
Mhm.
So I don't know, like, why the same similar thing is not in South. Any kada, only elders, like senior citizens only come. But in the particularly for this group, like Indresh Upadhyay ji and Bageshwar Dham, and some other, there's Chitralekha Mataji, I think lot of youngsters are, and if you see the social media, there are millions of followers for these people. So I'm a little surprised, like what charisma they are having.
See, Prabhuji, we should not think anything. I mean, there is nothing. See, it's the Lord who is empowering them.
Hmm.
Take it like that, and let's
Yeah.
not. And we cannot we cannot we cannot comment on anybody or. I mean, I'm not saying you're commenting on the wrong spirit. It's just a question, right? So what we
Hmm.
should think is it is the Lord's power, right? It is ultimately it is the Lord's power.
Yeah.
Correct. If you are able to influence somebody, it is all Lord's power, and
Ah,
and 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 that is what it is. Full stop. That's all.
okay.
And somebody having that power, let's respect it. That's all.
Yeah.
Correct. That is what it is. That is how I look at it. Very simple, right? If you are able to do something and you are
Hmm.
able to influence people and all that, it is simply Lord's power. Now you misuse it, you will be punished for it. If you use it in the you use it to to make sure people move towards Krishna consciousness or go towards God, then you are rewarded for that as well.
Yeah. True.
So it is a power given by the Lord. That's all. It is all Lord's power. And somebody has it, it is because they have done something and that is why they have that power.
Hmm. True, Prabhuji. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, my see why I'm asking is, see when we are preaching in societies, all these gated communities, most of the time only like senior citizens and those who are already retired,
Hmm,
they are coming and sitting. Maybe there is
yeah,
numbers are maybe 30, 40, or 50.
hmm.
But these people are getting lot of influenced by these from this north
Yeah.
youngsters.
It's see, Prabhuji, it is a power given by the Lord. That's all. And
Hmm.
if we simply numbers do matter, but then if we do it sincerely, slowly we will also get that power, right? I
Hmm.
mean, it's all. I mean, the way I look at it is finally it is God's will and God's power. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Uh, we we are not able to or I mean, you look at for example even our satsangs, right? Radhanath Swami Maharaj, when he has a yatra, it's like huge yatra, right? Like
Hmm.
10,000
Hmm.
people are coming. So because he
Yeah.
has that power given by the Lord. That's all.
Hmm.
He
Super.
has done that seva and that's why he has got it.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
So that's how it is. That's
Hmm.
how I look at it. I mean, now there can be many answers. I don't know, uh,
Hmm.
and maybe we can ask this question to somebody more knowledgeable. Uh,
No,
to
I mean, actually, I mean, I'll just tell you one example. Like here, Indresh Upadhyay, Maharaj,
see, he is a Vaishnav, right?
he's a Vaishnava. And is recently in the recent interview, or I think his father was saying that he actually consulted, he's a Ramanuja Sampradaya, and
Correct.
he consulted his gurus. And now he has become, he's just only in late 20s, he's 29 or 28 or something.
Correct.
And he was asked to go ahead and give Diksha. So he's now
Yes.
become a Diksha Guru also.
Yes.
And I was, that his father was telling that first day when they opened the slot for Diksha, 5 lakh applications received.
Yes.
Five
Now
in
see,
3 days, Prabhuji.
people. Now this is Kali Yuga. Some people get influenced only by the way he speaks. They may not
Huh.
understand the siddhanta behind, and they may not understand that philosophy. I mean, they get influenced by the way he speaks, right? And
Right.
but then he's a Vaishnav, right? Finally,
Hmm.
and and there will be serious people also.
Yeah, correct.
So it is true. Now with social media, that popularity actually gets very quickly, I would say,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. True,
uh,
Prabhuji.
expanded,
Exponentially.
but
Yeah.
but but then it is also it can get other way around also.
Yeah, true, true.
So this is, I mean, I don't know what else to to say on this?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm in a positive way only. I'm thinking like, but he's so much of influence he's creating amongst youngsters,
Correct.
like literally thousands and going to lakhs also.
Correct.
People are at least youngsters
So it is
sitting
good,
and
Prabhu, that
watching.
at least they will learn something good,
Uh,
right? It's not that they will at least go on the right path. He's not.
yes,
He's not. He's a Vaishnav, and he is. I believe. I mean, I cannot speak anything. Is what I would say.
no, no, yeah. Thank you,
Hare
brother. Sorry for
Krishna.
that, taking so much
Hare
time for
Krishna,
this.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam Prabhu. I mean,
Dandavat
if you
Pranam.
look at Pranavananda Prabhu, also you're seeing that kind of response only, and you're
Exactly.
seeing youth in the group. I mean, it's all youth powered programs basically.
Yes,
So
yes,
as you said, the empowerment is different for different people. At the end of, see, if you look at it, there are politicians who have more following also. But what they're doing with that empowerment is what matters more, right? We have
Correct.
lectures where Prabhupada said to Mahatma Gandhi, use your power to spread religion, spread spirituality, spread the consciousness, basically, spread the God consciousness and Krishna consciousness. But it's the same thing. I mean, some of them, there are a lot of people who have that empowerment, and some are using for the right reason, some are using for social reason or some other reason, basically. Yeah, so that's
Correct.
what I thought. Like, I mean, in our vicinity also, we see Pranavananda Prabhu's similar. Recently, I met a group of my old classmates, and I told them, like, I'm in ISKCON. One of the guys who doesn't know much about it, he said, "Oh, this is Pranavananda Das's organization." So it has become like that, basically,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
synonymous with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ISKCON has become synonymous with him, basically.
Correct. Correct. And
For
that
a
is
layman.
empowerment coming from the Lord and from the Guru.
Absolutely, Prabhu. Yeah. Again, as you said, it's not about numbers at that point of time. Minority is still a number, basically.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for adding that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll stop here. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam reading ki jai.
Yeah. Hare
Hare
Krishna
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you
Prabhuji.
so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful session.
thank you,
Thank
Hare
brother.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.